Yo, Joe!
What happens when we combine a ferret and a firefly? We get Wreckage and Tiger Paw. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna take a look at this Target exclusive Wreckage and Tiger Paw. I always forget his name. But yeah, the beginning is true. This is simply Firefly repainted with the ferret repainted. Makes for an exciting combo, but again, this is going to be one of those controversial figures where people initial thoughts on the figure a lot that I saw online was it's a crappy Firefly repaint and crappy ferret repaint. So there was a lot of complaints. But these are still sold out pretty much everywhere, online, in store. I was lucky to find this one in store for my brother, so this is my brother's copy. I don't think I'll ever be able to get one of my own, but he is also pricey, $55 plus taxes. It's almost $60. A lot of money, but this is my brother's. But I thought if I found it, I might as well do a review on it. Who knows when we're gonna get another one, or if I'll be able to find another one. But he's number 137. Again, a lot of people were complaining about him, but he sold out everywhere. So clearly, there was a lot of hype around this figure, and there still is. In some of the groups, people really do want to get him. So I don't know how or why people complain, and then it's like a sought-after item. And just to make collectors cringe or hurt a little, this is a Target exclusive. It's part of the Tiger Force subline. Oh, there goes Iron Fist. We do have a nice portrait here on the side, 137, with a nice red background. A nice look at Wreckage there. And you can see all the different parts that are from Firefly. And then there's the back, a few details there, and then the blue QR code and whatnot. Let me open him up. I will assemble the ferret, off screen. I've already shown that in the actual ferret review. So if you want to look at that, you can look at that video. But yeah, I'll assemble it off camera, and then we'll take a close look at everything. Just to show off what the inside of the packaging looks like, here we have our tray of wheels and the ferret. There's Wreckage. You have your bag of goodies, and you have an instruction manual on how to assemble it. And here we have our Tiger Paw, or the ferret, all geared up, all put together. And yes, we do have that suspension there, as you can see. Nice suspension on the front and even on the back there. You can see the front there. We'll quickly go through the details. Some nice paint for the hook there. The wheels have the ATV and some numbering or lettering. Nice little tiger patterning, and then we have that nice sort of shark. Is it supposed to be a shark, or maybe it's more it's supposed to be a tiger mouth and tiger eye, which is very nice. We get a nice little G.I.Joe logo on the back over here, which is nice. Turning it around, we have a turret that turns and hinges up and down. You have your handlebars here that also rotate. You have a nice little sort of diagram there, just showing information. We have that same tiger on this side, tiger pattern. We have Tiger Force logo on the back over here, and the American flag. This is a gas cap, I assume. You have your exhaust pipes, and there's showing that suspension from the back. Very nice. You have your turret here. As you remember from the ferret video, this is a C-clip, so you can remove it and place it anywhere along the back over here. You have this thing here, which, okay, yeah, the other ferret does have, so I guess you can attach whatever you can there. So yeah, very nice looking vehicle, nice detail to the seat and whatnot. You can see sort of engine compartments there. So yeah, very nice. Not much at the bottom other than screws, but you usually don't see the bottom. Caution exhaust there, same on this side. So yeah, very cool. repaint of the ferret, as you can see those there. Very cool. And yeah, the Joe team wasted no time in doing a repaint of the ferret and giving us the Tiger Force version. No time wasted whatsoever. But it's a nice addition, you know, to your Joe vehicles. But there they are. Would have been cool if we had that silver paint for the engine here. I think that really makes this stand out, and like all this little information that they put it here. No, they did not. Yeah, so it's lacking a few decals here and there, you know, like the nose step. We don't have that on the Tiger Force one, but we still have the headlights on the back there, colored red. But yeah, mostly the same. Even the hook on the front is red for both. So yeah, very nice repaint. But with that being said, let's move on to Wreckage. Alright, so here we have Wreckage. Wait a minute, that's not him. Here we have actual Wreckage. I'm gonna joke a lot about it and, you know, him just being a repaint, but for those of you who are new to G.I. Joe, G.I. Joe is really based on a lot, at least the 3/4 inch figures. There was a lot of reuse across the years, you know, same body parts and accessories were used throughout the 3/4 inch. So seeing that in classified, it doesn't really upset me. But with the case of Wreckage here, the history goes that the very first version of Wreckage in the 3/4 inch line, he was just complete reuse of Firefly. And, you know, they just completely did that with in the classified Wreckage. You know, they said, let's just do a nod to, you know, the 3/4 inch and just repaint Firefly, spruce it up a bit, and yeah, we have this repaint, which honestly is a fantastic repaint. Like, yeah, obviously you can see all the similar parts and whatnot, but there's something about Wreckage just looks so cool, especially down here with the face sculpt. You know, those dark shadowing around the eyes. I'm not too sure what to call it. We didn't really get that with Firefly. A lot of people thought this looked a little bit too cartoony to some. It looks fine to me with the Firefly, but they just went beyond with Wreckage here in that head sculpt. It just looks fantastic. Even the skull mask here looks amazing to me. But yeah, just going through some slight details, you know, pouches in orange. His undershirt is orange, and which is compared here. See, all black for the grenades. We actually got paint on those straps going across the grenades, so that's nice. Let's see down here, there's a difference. Yeah, they're both black, so they kept that the same. They didn't add the red for these explosives down here, so that's a bit of a shame. But brown knee pads, brown boots compared to all the gray Firefly has, but you can see all the similarity. The zippers are even colored it's sort of silver, whereas they didn't do that with Firefly. At least I don't think so. I think they tried a little bit. But you have that nice Tiger Force logo there. Yeah. You'll see that I modified Fireflies on mine. I put the knife sheath on the belt here on the back. I just thought it was too bulky with those arm guards there. What's interesting with Wreckage is that they give them two of the same. So 2 arm or 4 arm guards with the knife sheath, which is interesting. Firefly only had the one, and the other one did not have a sheath. At least I don't think it did, but it's an interesting choice that they went with there. And you can see this one has the orange and brown. Yeah, Firefly's was two-tone as well. It's black and gray. But yeah, interesting they give them 2 knife sheaths, because we do only get 1 knife. And talking about accessories, we do have a few. Of course, you know, he shares accessories with Firefly, but we have a knife with a nice silver blade and brown handle. And this, I assume, you can just put on either side of his hand. So there's that sheath and this one over here. I just don't like how it sticks out. That's why I removed Fireflies and put it on the belt. But I'll keep this one as is, because this is my brother's copy. So I'll respect it. We get this SMG we've seen a few times. It is kind of warped. Unfortunately, it is still using that very bendy, pliable plastic. Not that newer plastic that we see in a few accessories by now, but you have the magazine. So yeah, simple SMG there. We have the pistol here in all brown, and unfortunately the barrel is bent a little. I'm gonna try to see if I can shape that back. This room is pretty hot already, so maybe over time, if I just set it flat somewhere, it'll go back to its original place. We then have the detonator, which we don't really have any explosives other than the mines. But yeah, these are just mines. People gotta step on them. Unless, you use your imagination and he can detonate them remotely. Then that's something you can do with that. I will say it is lacking the sort of number that Firefly had on his. So that would have been nice to see on here. Maybe a different number, like a 5 or something. Would have been nice. We do have the suppressor that, goes on the SMG. But yeah, and it goes on the pistol as well. But yeah, these have very badly bent barrels, so it's gonna look a bit awkward. And then we have 2 more accessories. We have his back piece here, which is very cool. I think it's still the same, just different color compared to Fireflies. You can see that there. Very cool. And then we have Clutch's alternate helmet that goes over the head sculpt. And it's very nice here. You have a nice little detail there in the eye, different kill marks. You have the tiger mouth. So that's the inside. You have the antenna going there. So yeah, very nice helmet that does go over the head sculpt. And here we have him with all his accessories stored away. We have our knife in the sheath, removable helmet on his head sculpt there. We have pistol holster. We have 2 tabs for our 2 mines. We can put our detonator here in this little gap, as you can see there. And we have a little peg for the SMG, and obviously you can put the suppressor and the magazine on the SMG for storage, and he is ready to go. Now, you still have this sort of peg here if you want to give him Firefly's RC car. You can store on there, but I do have this RC displayed with my Firefly. That being said, I think articulation is very good. It looks a bit wobbly, but without the helmet, he can look up about that much. If you have Firefly, you more or less know his range of movement, but you can look down about that much. You can pivot and then obviously look side to side. Arms go out about that much, so that's nice. And then you have some nice butterfly joints there. You have a bicep swivel, double jointed arms, which go in about that much. So that's pretty good range there. This hand is a vertical hand or hinge, so it should go up and down. Mine is a little stiff. I can see some excess plastic there, so that's a bit of a shame. This side should go horizontal, so yes, in and out as such. Something they improved on this one is the torso. It's no longer wobbly like Firefly was. You can see the wobbliness of Firefly there. So they improved that. So that's a good improvement there on Hasbro's part. And then he can crunch back all the way like that. So that's very nice to see. And then you have your waist swivel, and then you can pivot a bit there. He can kick forward about that much. Upper thigh cut. Double jointed knees. So that's very cool and nice range. Boot cut. And then feet go up, back. And then he has the ankle pivot there. If you're wondering like how much range he gets with the helmet, it's going to be about the same. So down and up without popping it off, trying to make it look natural, about that much. So yeah, it doesn't really hinder it too much. So that's nice to see. So that mostly does it for my review. Let me know what you guys think of this figure here. I am personally enjoying this repaint. Like I said throughout the video, this is simply a repaint, but I think they did a well job of with the colors, you know, and that helps, you know, obscure the fact that it is reused. I'm overall very satisfied with it. I recommend, if you can find them, get him. They certainly did a phenomenal job with the head sculpt, you know, adding a bit of detail under the eyes, you know, kind of looks like he has purple eyes, like he got beaten up, but yeah, just fantastic job overall. Um, Again, controversial figure. A lot of people were already bashing it when it was revealed, and then when it released, it sold out everywhere, and everybody started complaining of, well, if people are complaining, why is it sold out? You know, there should be plenty to go around and whatnot if people really don't like it that much. But you know, there is collectors that are trying to complete the entire collection, entire set and whatnot. So, you know, that affects how many are going to be available and whatnot, despite if they like it or not. But with that being said, if you can find Wreckage out there in the wild, I recommend picking him up. He's already rare, I think. I was lucky enough to find one just sitting there, and I was very surprised. My brother said get it, he wanted it, you know, and he paid for it, so it's his. But with that being said, I'm overall happy with how he turned out. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in a future video.